His expansion at the top left is just now finishing and going to be producing some drones here. But as you can see, look at the food count is now 135 to 106. So SLush has really let things slide a little bit, and mOOnGLaDe has gotten himself back into this game with a mix of Hydralisks and Infestors. Excuse me there for a second. And now even throwing in some Roaches in the mix. So they both have a very similar mix to their army, with the exception that mOOnGLaDe does have his Infestors here with him, and he does not have Neural Parasite, which really wouldn't do that much help in this game. But he does have, of course, fungal growth and Infested Terran, so he is in a very good position to hold this expansion off. And this Zergling here by SLush just keep it on the patrol right here. They the production tab, both getting upgrades. However, SLush has gotten more upgrades right now. It looks like it's just both been the missile attacks for his Roaches and his Hydralisks. So looking much better in the upgrade department there. And now SLush does have a few of the Infestors as well. The units, yeah, they've both got 4 Infestors. So got a very similar mix right now. And going to be interesting to see. It really, so much of Zerg vs. Zerg comes down to micro, and people have said, you know, Zerg vs. Zerg is a science, really, more than anything else, with the micro and exact unit composition and whatnot. So it really could be that, because we don't see either player going for a Spire. I don't see a Spire over there. Or there, even though mOOnGLaDe does go ahead and have some Spore Crawlers here at the back of his base, just to prevent, in the case of some Mutals here. We do see SLush moving out with his massive army just as mOOnGLaDe moves up with his Spine Crawlers, his Spine Crawler wall. Not too often that you see that, but this just huge army of Infestors, Hydralisks, and Roaches come down. SLush is maxed out at this point, and mOOnGLaDe is not. He's about 40 supply behind, 35 supply behind. So SLush could definitely start taking that. If he can get up here before these burrow, he's definitely going to do a lot of damage. These just all get fungal growth right here. The Hydralisks right here, and pushing up, they both get fungal growth, and looks like SLush has been held in position right here at the base of the ramp, while Infested Terrans come out for mOOnGLaDe, and if they can spawn, they can really start doing some damage to SLush. And it looks like SLush may be pushed back. Oh, his Hydralisks here getting a good concave, but no, mOOnGLaDe is able to hold this off and push him back. Looking at the resources, SLush just lost about 80 supply right there, while mOOnGLaDe losing about 40. So mOOnGLaDe did come up on top with that, with his combination of fungal growths and Infested Terrans. mOOnGLaDe is in a great position to attack right now, while SLush is going to take a 4th base. SLush massing up his army again, and his Spine Crawler wall, man, that is formidable. Not a whole lot of attacks are going to be able to be successful right through here. So right now mOOnGLaDe would like to saturate this base right here. He really needs to do a lot of damage right now, although he's really not that far behind SLush. Going to move up some of these Spine Crawlers up here on the top of here to protect this expansion right here, which is really what he has to and needs to do right now. Although SLush can just completely build that army back so very quickly. He's at 177 supply compared to 165. So already, even though SLush lost his entire army, he was able to build back up so very quickly. Gonna send down these Speedlings. That's one problem I have when I play Zerg. These Speedlings will run ahead of your entire army, especially when you've got Hydralisks in your army as well. It is just hard to do. So on the production tab, SLush doing a very good job of staying on top of his upgrades right now, and even getting an Ultralisk Cavern. So we could see Ultralisk play here very soon. mOOnGLaDe going to take his 4th base right now, considerably behind SLush, but right now this is going to be taken out. mOOnGLaDe needs to cancel this right now, because yeah, and he does manage to cancel that on time. mOOnGLaDe's army is going to come down and confront SLush. His army is getting a nice concave, while mOOnGLaDe is staying up here on the ramp. These Roaches here pushing to the bottom, but mOOnGLaDe gonna fall back to the protection of his Spine Crawlers, forcing SLush to push back. SLush has a lot more, looks like Hydralisks than mOOnGLaDe does. Roach is getting infested. Looks like, I'm sorry, not infested. Fungal growth, and more infested Terrans come in here to ensure that SLush is pushed back. SLush, though, however, is with his hydras just going to push back a little bit, try to get out of these range of these spine crawlers, getting a nice concave. However, mOOnGLaDe is able to push these back with the help of these infested Terrans, and the rest of these hydras will fall for the second time. So SLush has been pushed back twice. Income right now. SLush, though, is very much ahead on the harvester count there, with his 4th base trying to get pulled up, while mOOnGLaDe is just trying to reestablish his 4th base. So right now, SLush really is able to just throw away his entire army, because number 1, he can build it up so very quickly, and number 2, because he's on more bases. Look at the, I'm sorry, I had the income open there. Look at SLush. He's at over 900 more mineral income than mOOnGLaDe. So mOOnGLaDe is going to go ahead and try to take a 5th base, but this Zergling of SLush is going to be able to spot that out, and meanwhile SLush is going to take his 5th base. So going to see right here, this Roach is going to come take down this Zergling. So I think really SLush is in a much better position, even going to get these chitinous plating for his Ultralisk, just to give him the extra defense. So SLush, I really think the biggest factor in SLush being ahead so far is just his upgrades right now, and we can see these Ultralisks coming down here. They are really what is going on? Why? I understand why he didn't turn his Ultralisk around right there and fight. mOOnGLaDe is going to post camp right here towards the middle of the map, while these Ultralisks I feel like could really have done a number on that entire army. For whatever reason, though, SLush did pull back just as my computer slows down again. SLush even forced to put a couple spine crawlers here at this base just for a couple extra defense right now. And SLush is going to allow mOOnGLaDe to get his 5th base up, 4th base just coming up, and mOOnGLaDe is going to pull back his army right now. So very cautious play right now. We've got every expansion except for the 2 golds occupied right now, which I feel like SLush could really start to take, one of these golds, and I feel like he's got the presence on the map, both with vision and with army size and income right now, to be able to hold that off. We've got several changelings just coming across the map, and going to be able to see what they can see. So look at the production tab right now. Both players are just trying to get up those upgrades. We can see SLush is just about maxed out, and so is mOOnGLaDe. So this will come down to just a huge fight between these 2 powerhouses. It's been a great game so far, and I am excited to see how it will the outcome will be. Okay, we do see a nice swarm out here for SLush, dropping in a couple, actually a lot of troops right here, going to be able to take out this expansion. However, these drones are going to be able to escape if they move out of the way. mOOnGLaDe's army does try to come up here, but SLush is just going to retreat back into his 90 swarm, and basically just have taken out this expansion for the price of just about nothing, except for this 90 swarm. So if SLush can really harass a lot with his Nidus Worm, then he will be able to keep mOOnGLaDe on his toes and very much keep mOOnGLaDe back. And whenever mOOnGLaDe does move up over here with his army, then we might see SLush put a Nidus Worm over here. So very good plan by SLush, keeping mOOnGLaDe on his toes for the entire game, it seems like. So this base could use a few more drones, and this base pulling off the drones from this 5th base.